our favorite time of the week, where we step through a portal into another dimension, inhabited entirely by lawn chairs. And what do we do with these lawn chairs? Well, we throw them at Linux games. This week, the game we're throwing them out is Gateways, ported by a good friend of the show, Ethan Lee, also known as Flibbity Flobbity Floop.
Flippity jibbity.
Anyways, this is from Smudged Cat Games. It's essentially a retro pixel platformer. It's Mario, but without Mario. Anyways, time to get into that wonderful thing we like to call our chair explanation.
Oh,
where we rate everything on a metric of 4 chairs, 1 chair being absolute garbage, 2 chairs being passable, 3 chairs being pretty good, and 4 chairs being orgasmic. And finally, we have our 4 categories where we apply our 4-chair metric of doom. We have makes with the working. Does it run? How badly does it run? How much effort does it take for you to get it running? All that good stuff. Shiny and sounds. How does it look? How does it sound? Is it crisp visuals and rich audio, or does it all look and sound like poop? We got the controls, which is fairly self-explanatory. How does it control? And our final subjective category, fun, where we tell you whether we liked it or not. But time to kick into this. Then, did it work?
Why is it always got to come to me, man?
Because you're the first one on the list.
Yep.
You wrote it. It's your problem.
Touché. No,
I'm
about
going to make
this,
decisions,
man.
then complain about the consequences.
Me. Always
Anyways.
you. Always you. We are talking about Gateways. Gateways is that 2D lovable platformer, also available 50% off on Steam and DB $4.99. Whatnot, as I furiously look around for media.
There ain't none.
Yeah.
There
Currently.
is none.
Oh no, it's in the bottom. Scroll all the way down, you see it right there.
Where?
Keep
Right next to
scrolling.
the buy now button.
Keep scrolling. Scroll some more.
Live, ladies and gentlemen, Linux Gamecast Weekly.
Some more. There they are.
Ah. Anyways,
This is what
Back
we're
on
dealing
topic.
with. Brilliant design, brilliant concept. Never heard of it. It's truly the most remarkable thing in the world. But no, all that is lies, because our first category is makes with working. And if you're following us live and you've put up with us, because we do about a 4-hour live show, we've discussed
how
this.
do these people put up with us?
Brilliant. Well, you know, that's because they love to hate us. They even pay money to hate us more, so we keep going.
Oh, yes.
Brilliant. But makes with working on our... This is the Linux Gamecast test system, our Steam box. Ubuntu 12.04 LTS, 32-bit, NVIDIA-powered graphics. You know, 4 chairs out of the box. Sveg.
Well, on Fedora 18 64-bit, really should switch it over to Fedora 19 at some point. But on both the ATI and the NVIDIA box, because I run them both, because I'm crazy like that, they both ran out of the box, so I gotta give it 4 whole stinky lawn chairs.
It's only because you said, and then
And I guess it falls onto me to throw a wrench into this well-oiled machine that is, you know, Steam gaming on Linux.
no,
because-
that's probably because you're the one that's running ATI
I'm running it. I'm running it. I didn't
Jordan
run into it.
also
on
is,
a calculator.
On a
Okay,
calculator.
granted, it's a 4-year-old laptop. Okay. But this never happened to me with any Steam game before. This is actually a first.
I
And
swear,
I
baby,
had-
this doesn't happen at all.
Yeah! I had to enable VSync in AMD's Catalyst Control Center profile. How do you manage to cock that up? It's the intro menu, man. Come on,
Man.
but
Come on, man.
Yeah. considering that, I can only give it 3 chairs.
About 3 chairs and no fitty.
Well, we would
Yeah,
give it
no
treat
fitting.
if we did half chairs, but you can't really sit on half a chair, so that'll
We're
bring
not
the
sea
total
monsters.
to 3 whole chairs.
So max for the working is 3 chairs, 4 and 3. And again, Master Fang, you tested it on an APU.
Yes, I tested it on an APU and a GTX 670 superclocked.
Sweet.
All right.
But yes, screeching on over to our next category, Shiny and Sounds. Up
Shiny
again
and
is Mr.
Sounds.
Venstone to tell us why he hates retro pixel platformers.
Well, I'm always one to be the first to proclaim my love for retro pixel platformers because I just can't get enough of them. It seems like,
You played like full 3D games back when you were a kid in
yeah, when I was a
Like
teenager
negative
in
2000s.
1996, I was playing 3D games, but no, man, this just it mind blown. It's like I'm playing all the cool stuff at 1080p resolution on 27-inch monitors. Shiny is all right. I can't keep this up. You win, Sveng. You win.
Neil, let me drink it.
This.
It's refreshing. It's delicious.
This is more difficult. I'm doing it hard as I possibly can.
Your ring finger. That's
Yeah. This is, for the Shiny and Sounds. All right. Look at it. Look at it.
Welcome back to 1991, folks.
No, this is hipster-tastic. Like, hey, can you escape? Escape what? I don't know. Pixels? No, apparently we can't. This Shiny and Sounds. I'm going a bit long and I apologize for it. This is Mario. Mario. When they got that portal metric.
Ari
working.
Zero.
Mario Zero. Is that the name of it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always called it Mario. It's available and it runs natively under Linux with a Love engine.
Yep.
A couple of glitches, but it runs. We've kind of glossed over it, but Shiny and Sounds with this 1 chair. This seems like a rehash of something that I don't care about.
So I was actually going to give this 2 chairs because the graphics, although retro-y and pixely, I don't share Ven's hate for it. I think it's an aesthetic choice. It's a perfect.
I never said hate.
But Jesus, the music. So generally I actually listen to other music while playing video games just because I want to listen to my own soundtrack. But for these games, I go give it a shot, and it just hurt my ears. I really don't like it. It gives me a migraine. So just for that, for making me go
hang on.
get the Advil.
J-Man,
Yeah.
how could you ever forget our dear doctor every time he jumped and went,
Anyways, that the sound alone really made me give it 1 chair. I'm not impressed.
Oh, wow. 1 chair. Oh, zings are not looking so.
Okay, yeah. I've already thrown my wrench and you guys pretty much made all my points. And I would excuse the retro graphics and the 16-bit sounds if there was, some sort of synergy, if there was something about this particular category that would redeem the game. Unfortunately, there is not. So, for me, I'm gonna go with, what you guys said, 1 chair.
Well, that means that we're gonna have to try really hard to average this. It's like adding 3 numbers and then dividing it by 3. Oh my god! What's 3 divided by 3? One. So our penultimate category is the control section, and this has gotten a little bit of a left turn from the previous 2 categories. Why don't you get into that a bit?
All right, controls. Controls. A bit of the story. It started out really nice. It started out something that anyone could enjoy. A small farm boy might enjoy before he found a 50-gallon barrel of lube next to him, wondering what this meant. I'll tell you what it means. The menu navigation was downside up. Using my Logitech Precision gamepad, I was like, okay, we'll work around that. We'll get that going, which I was infinitely impressed that it worked in the first place. Brilliant. Then I play for a bit. I'm used to controlling, Captain Professor Pixely Pants, doing his thing. It's like, oh, jump.
Let's call him Dr. Love for now.
Dr. Love Sauce.
Dr. Love.
Then I got the, beep portal gun. Beep gun. We're not calling it the portal gun because that would be an
interdimensional gateway projectile.
obvious ripoff.
We represent what is legally distinct from the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild.
Here's the nasty part. The Precision, no hat controller. That's old school. I mean, I use this for like SNK fighting games and stuff like that.
Good old King of Fighters.
Fancy hat controllers for directionals because that's what you use your wireless gerbil for. That was the first time, after spending several minutes playing the game, and I was like, oh, wait. Now you need just quit using your controller and learn to use your wireless gerbil and keyboard because we didn't tell you that you needed to have a hat. And I'm just like, come on. Maybe you should have said that. But the controls were tight. I dug them. I mean, they work for what they were, minus that knock. Even with the wireless gerbil and keyboard, I'm going to give 3.
I actually found the controls fairly tedious, like in terms of the portal manipulation and whatnot. I don't know. I
Did you do the one up, one down, where just infinitely loops?
You have to use that to...
Anyways, I tried it first with the keyboard and mouse. The jumping controls with keyboard and mouse I really don't like. Got killed by those little floating brains in jars because of bad timing with that. So I switched to the Logitech Gennaro controller, and that actually didn't work. I had to switch to my roommate's PS3 controller, which worked right out of the box, and then the control scheme got a bit more tolerable. But still, the double analog stick thing on the 2D plane doesn't really map well in my brain. Not horrible controls, they work for what it is. Not my favorite thing, but I'm not going to get personal opinion. I'm not going to let personal opinion get in the way of this, so I'm going to give this 2 chairs.
And yeah, going back to the fact that all of us are well past our 20s, and we've all played retro platformers, and if there's one thing you need in a retro platformer is precision. And in this game, the jump function was a bit temperamental. Well, Jordan actually touched a little bit on that, but yeah, I played it with the mouse and the keyboard because I knew there was going to be portal guns involved, but we're not calling it that, so.
Interdimensional gateway projectile rifle.
Yeah, that thing. That, it's a platformer.
Well, it sounds better than penis cannon.
I don't know. I kind of like penis cannon, but that doesn't really describe what it does.
Touche.
But it is a platformer, and the jump function is important. And if you have to keep the jump button pressed for an entire second for your character to do the complete jump that it's supposed to do,
are you trying to tell me that your calculator is so slow?
No, and I even have an external keyboard to, not use the embedded keyboard. But that's the thing. You need precision controls in a platformer.
So they need to tighten up the controls for your platform.
Definitely. And that was really my only issue with the controls in this game.
No, actually, Sorry, I had to interject. Something just popped into my mind watching that trailer. The extended look with the portal gun is really awkward to control with a controller.
I was wondering about that. I mean, it made sense when I had the R button.
Yeah, but then you have to hold down the L stick and then move around the right stick to look around. And...
Well, you're used to holding down sticks, but this is Pedro's part. Go ahead, tell us about holding down sticks.
Yeah, it's just... like I said, it's a precision thing that you need. You really do need it in a platform. So you're
saying if you're playing a platformer, precision might be necessary?
Yes. You really do
Cheers!
Need precision.
Give them to me!
Okay, I really don't have anything else to deduct, so 3 chairs.
And to sum that up, I'm not going to do the... I can't do math joke. It's
beep,
2 chairs.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep.
He's shoving it up his nose.
I'm just having fun with them at this point. 2 chairs.
And finally, we're going to give it an FU. And then, did you have fun?
Yeah. Well, I was going to have fun with it, and in case you missed that last category, that was control, but this is, no joke, our subjective category. As you can obviously tell that I'm madly dashing around on multiple monitors, trying to sort this business out. For me, fun, our subjective category. This is where we get to go wild, and we get to be a bit mental about it. Fun, I believe, personally, is a strong word for this game. I'm gonna go with challenging. This is something that you can pick up and you can put down, preferably put down. The puzzles, I don't like the Uden system of nickel and diming to learn the puzzles and all that. I feel like this is maybe better set for I don't know, stupid people or children. But definitely I have to absolutely say, even without the Steam Summer Sale being half off, it's priced right. If I bought this and I played it, it's something you pick up and you can put down. If I bought it, I was like, meh, alright. It is what it is, and we went through our entire review system, throwing chairs at it. I was like, I would not feel as dirty as I do talking to this man. But for fun, I'm give it 2 chairs.
Well, I got to the point where I had to... You reached the teleporter that takes you back to about halfway through the first level. And... So I had screwed up. I had launched a portal that had that one of the lasers that you needed to target, which required me to basically I screwed up, and the game required me to backtrack about half a level. At which point I said, "Yeah, no, I've had my fill of this game." I did not. I really I went through the motions playing this game. It was purely mechanical. There's no real fun involved. I've already played Mario Zero or Mario or whatever the hell you call it. This didn't really do anything.
Are you
for me.
the dark, jaded Linux Gamecaster?
No, give it one.
Are you dead inside?
I was never alive inside to begin with.
How many chairs?
I said one. You people don't listen to me, you crazy motherfuckers.
Thanks. I never listened to him. Thank you, Pedro.
Anyway, yeah, Pedro, you go.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The game has some variety. It's not just regular portals like Mario. But, yeah, it's
By variety,
got that...
you mean that you can actually hang yourself up in them. Oh, wait. Pedro, you remember that old, way back when, that game that had this same mechanic?
Which one?
2D Portal, when it got released for... It was a Flash game, I remember that.
No, it wasn't a Flash game.
No, I'm talking about a different game.
It was where you controlled, like, the shadows and lights, and it was a 2D platformer Atari type thing.
Oh, I remember that. I can't for the life of me remember the name, but I know exactly which game you're talking
the one
about.
that kind of reminded us of, like, Night Sky or something? Or...
No, the way the portals are visualized in this game really reminds me of that.
Closure.
Closure, yeah.
All right.
Closure. Yeah. So, anyway, going back to this, gateways. The portals have some variety to them. You can set a portal to shrink you, or embiggen you, or shift the gravity. If you go through a portal, you can shift the gravity so you're coming out, you know, like, actually that video is actually explaining how the gravity manipulation thing works.
There's some walls that you can't use your portals on.
Yes, unfortunately, that doesn't happen until you're like 2 hours in. And Jordan actually touched on this. It gets boring really fast. And I clocked like 80 minutes into the game, and I got the gravity manipulator thing. I think that's the third one you get. The second is the flashlight.
The flashlight.
The flashlight.
Yeah, you get a flashlight. But yeah, Ven actually touched one of the subjects I wanted to address, which was purchasing, hints. That right there is you laughing in people's faces, because one of the achievements for the game, if you're one of those people that's, that likes to get all the achievements, one of the achievements is not purchasing any, hints. And as soon as you get to that point at the middle of the first level, when you get to a hub sort of area, you got 6 paths. That's the one you came from, and 5 others. You can only progress through one of them. And all the others have those hint-buying jars, vials thingies. Yeah, that orange thing in the video there. You can buy the hints from those things. And for a person
after spending 5 orbs to see if it's even solvable.
Yeah, you have to see if it's even solvable. It doesn't solve the puzzle for you. It doesn't do anything.
So it's like Mario for daft people.
No, actually, the entire game is screaming, we wanted to make Portal and enlarge, the spectrum of what portals can do.
Give me the chairs!
But our budget only allowed for a 2D retro platformer, and no snarky homicidal computer voice actor stepped up, so...
Well, Ellen McLean isn't cheap.
Waiting on chair.
1.
Booyah.
Booyah. So, 4 divided by 3 is 1 point something, 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 so we're just going to call that one chair for the fun section.
No,
And
that one chair, right chair, right chair. Ooh.
now we total everything up. We average all our
that's
categories.
with all our categories. But what does that one chair mean?
That one chair means no. It's not fun.
Why does it mean no? We need to give our final thoughts.
Well, I was getting to that. So one chair represents a number of things. It either means the game doesn't work, or it's not fun, or there's something wrong with it. In this case, this game doesn't really do anything for any of us, does it?
Nope.
It turned you into a blue ball.
Well, to be fair, that may have been that magic potion I took that was actually just a bunch of LSD. But
Touché. But no, I get what you're saying. I mean, it doesn't do anything. I mean, my first thought is, I think across the board with us, we are a bit
jaded.
Yeah.
Jaded. Yeah.
But when your first thought is like, just play Mario with a love engine.
You know, it's a much better game that uses this sort of setup. Super Mario Crossover.
Yeah.
Go play that. That's free. Don't even bother with this.
So
But yeah, it's what I was saying. They wanted to expand on what Portal did with the portals themselves. They wanted, instead of just being the transition from one portal to the other, they wanted to add like special effects. Unfortunately, they don't have the budget to do Portal or anything close. So they made a 2D retro platformer with pixels and 16-bit audio, and I kind of resent them for that.
Now, this is where I disagree. This is our final thought. You know, I honestly believe they had the budget to make the game they wanted. Because when they started making the game, they said, hipster, retro, pixel, platformers.
Okay, then that's
Profitable.
even worse.
Brilliant!
If this was what they were aiming for, it's even worse. No.
Maybe they got halfway through it and said, oh, let's throw some fucking portals in this business. Why?
Portals,
Because
man.
F you, that's why. And they did so, and the mechanics, I mean, honestly,
There's some good ideas.
This is my final thoughts. It's what it is. It is something that you can pick up and play and tinker with, but it is not something that whatever is like, oh, I need to finish this level. It's like, I'm waiting for paint to dry, so I'm going to fire this back. But it is still, if you're in the situation, personally, that requires paint to dry, good game. Because you might want to pick it up and finish where you were.
Honestly, I didn't get to the part where there was some more variety in the portal guns and whatnot. And there are a few good ideas in here, but ultimately, ideas that are good on paper do not necessarily translate to good ideas in practice. And
they could have done so much better if
they really could have. But such is the case. We have the game we have. So there you go. Our final review total is one chair. If you like Ben said, if you really have to watch some paint, if you really have to watch paint dry and you have $2 lying around and it's on sale on Steam, go buy a Snickers bar.